Okay, let's go to the dungeon. I should keep the sideways or out of the main road, because I'm gonna pull a lot of enemies, I believe. So many of the same questions. What do we have now instead of tents? Hello, Joseph. This game, World of Warcraft. There's still anyone that hasn't seen World of Warcraft. I'm in the wrong place. I'm now going to Scarlet Monastery. Yes, we are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No mage. Crap.
It's too far away.
Hello, I3 Rat Itrigis. I've gotten some mana potions.
I need a target.
pretty smooth.
I need a target. I can't cast it.
Having a warlock in the group sure makes it faster to move around when you can summon.
That's still recharging. That spell is I don't have a target. I need to target something first. That's still recharging.
Release the hounds!
That's still recharging. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. Can't cast that yet.
guess this guy knows what to do as a tank.
I need a target. That's still recharging. That spell is working. I need a target. That spell is working. I need to target something first. That spell isn't ready. That spell isn't ready. That spell isn't ready.
Plus 13 intellect, that's pretty wild.
I can't cast that. I don't have a target.
Well, I guess I can send it to my mage.
That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet.
I think I will start something to listen to.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet.
Do you feel it? The radiance of the light.
Remember the lights. That's Yeah, I have just a skill level.
That spell is ready. I can't cast that yet. I can't carry it.
Oh, this killed the real chat.
I need to target something.
play music from someone else, blah blah blah.
I don't have a target. That spell is I need to target something first.
You will not defile these mysteries. Burn, righteous fire!
That spell is ready. That's still recharging. That spell is ready. That's still recharging.
Almost level up. Play some music or something so I can listen to.
All four of you are making your way into the dark tunnels, the burrows, underneath the capital city of Ravensbreast on the world of Raven Shrike, because you have made contact with the Redistributors, a pirate organization secretly being run by Beatrice Hawkstar, who knows that something is going wrong down here, and redistributor activity cannot restart until the local purges are dealt with. These purges are happening underground. You've determined that they are suspicious. Not enough bodies are coming out. People are disappearing, and the areas where they occurred have been locked down by void shields that are advancing under the town. So you know the location of the next purge. You have hidden your way on this planet. You sent away your ship. They believe that you are gone with Beatrice's assistance, and you are underground. You're making your way forwards. This is a full underground city. For any of you who have experienced hives, this is very comparable, only it's much more improvised and it's much more kind of deeply run and limited. Hives always have a ton of vertical movement involved. This is a deep horizontal network that never is more than about 3 stories tall. It's like dealing with an entire society living in the subways under New York. Is the comp in kind of a modern sense. You are seeing bazaars, you are seeing small homes, shanties that are set up. Some people are just sleeping where they are. A number of them are in uniforms. The uniforms that they are wearing, as you see them walk around, seem to be the cleanest things down here. Clearly they are expected to be a part of either flight duty, mining. They may be doing a very menial job in the city above. You're not sure what the nightlife looks like or where people could be hidden. Otherwise, it seems like it is relatively squalid. At the same time, as you continue, you can see people are comfortable. There are people who are happy. Everyone down here is nervous as shit, to be clear, but there are radio equivalents, the Voxes that are coming down. There are people who are able to watch vid screens, television, like generally, you know, propaganda broadcasts, but also entertainment. You can see there are bars set up. There are small markets as you make your way down here. It really is an entire city below a city. For anybody who'd spent a significant amount of time on a large ship, which I just think is you, Morgan, of this gang, you would have seen actually a little bit of this too, Solomon, in your travels between worlds. There become these below-deck societies on these large Imperial ships, because Imperial ships can have crews of tens of thousands of people, which also means there is a need for a lot of services that a traditional ship does not officially have. No ship in the Imperial Navy is like, well, we need a brothel, and we need some really good bars, and we need all these things to just make people not go fucking crazy on these ships. Which means as ships go port to port, they end up building almost these carnival societies underneath in the areas that aren't integral to ship function, where they're kind of extra space. And every smart captain who works in the Imperial Navy knows, like, there's a certain amount of this you need to keep your ship functional, so you just don't prosecute. They're not here officially. You can pull them into chain gangs and use them as needed to run different elements of the ship, but they are an essential part of that society. This is very akin to that. Things are stolen, things are bartered. It's not a traditional cash economy, but you're seeing a lot of people, and you're seeing there are kids. It's a much more imperial feeling city, I think, for all of you than the world above as you're making your way through the burrows. But there is an undercurrent of fear flowing through this. You can see people are shy about strangers. And as you start moving towards the next purge zone, you're seeing it thinning out a little bit.
Okay.
As you're making your way there, there's a specific tunnel that's suggested for you to get into the zone. Along the way, you do have a chance to bounce, not like literally, but to kind of follow alongside and bounce off of some of these void shields of a previously purged section. There are generators inside the section with multiple kind of almost gramophone-style projector prongs on these sides of these units facing upwards that are creating a solid void shield bubble. Void shields don't like disintegrate people, they don't cause pain, but they bounce off of kinetic energy, they prevent any physical touching, things like that. So they do give you a hell of a shock if you engage with them, but you can kind of throw a rock, test these. They're very powerful. They're a little bit hazy for you to try to see through, so you can't get a fully clear view into the purged zone itself. It's not like there are bodies pressed up against this void shield. From what you've heard, they are set up after the purge is over. They actually have active units there to theoretically eliminate any dissidents that are trying to escape into the burrows. But they're in place. It's very dark. And as you move towards the next purge zone and into these areas, the power is more intermittent. You're seeing extreme darkness in these areas. You're losing all light because there are no windows. It's just darkness as you continue into these areas. Can any of you see in the dark? Who has dark vision? Who has equipment that might help with this?
Morgan has a stab light that she can pull out.
Fabulous. So we've got stab lights are the 40K equivalent of a flashlight.
My helmet visor would do have some sort of.
I think we'll
vision
say that
mode.
you have dark vision up to 60 feet. So it doesn't let you see forever, but you've got some night vision built into your Arbites helm that'll let you function forwards.
I got one green computer eye.
You got one green computer eye. So I will say you are able to see, but perception checks in darkness will be at disadvantage for you with the one eye because you're also not fully used to it yet.
I got dark vision straight up.
Oh,
All right. So everybody has the ability to see in the dark unless the judge loses his helmet. Morgan, you are the only one who has to reveal yourself in a traditional sense with a stab light to be able to move around.
And I'm assuming that the servo skull does not have any way to see in the dark or to change the lighting as far as that's concerned.
The servo skull would theoretically have basic dark vision built into it, which would mean you could use the servo skull as your vision, but it would be outside your body.
Correct.
Go a little third-person video game.
Yeah.
A little
Yep.
third-person video game. Down here, there are risks with that. You can kind of walk along and stumble occasionally because, again, the ground is uneven. These tunnels seem to be, some seem to be smoother than you would have expected. Some seem to be a little bit almost haunted and echoing where they've just got like a whitish color to them. You're not sure exactly what they are. Some of them are clearly more sewer structures, other things built by the current Imperial Society. It's very, very pulled together, but the ground is uneven, but not so much so that it's a problem for you. I would say if you get into combat or something more like that where you have to move, it's going to be much trickier for you to move with third-person vision while also trying to do things.
Yeah, that makes
So it
total
will
sense.
negatively affect perception and other roles, but you are able to functionally move around, especially in non-combat, no problem.
Great. I think then realizing that everyone else can see in the dark, she's going to keep the stab light on her, but will move in the darkness using Romeo as her eyes for the time being.
Knowing you have the Mind Impulse link, do you have Romeo right over your shoulder, almost mirroring your head movements? So it's you, but off 6 inches? Or is Romeo much higher up and behind you, so you're literally having a third-person game experience?
Yes, Morgan is literally having a third-person game experience because she also is trying. She's probably a little more stumbly where she's walking and will probably stay back next to Solomon so that she's shoulder to shoulder with Solomon so that he can walk her. But if she's third person, then she's not actually looking where she's walking. She's trying to see if there's anyone sneaking up on them or anything in the periphery because her eyes are up there.
Yep, that makes sense. You get a message on your data slate, Morgan, that's clearly coming through from Beatrice. This is the Beatrice data slate that you've been given. And it says, written in plain kind of text, it's clearly a coded message. These are coded back and forth, kind of one-line things. These data slates don't plug into anything else. They don't hook up to anything else. They're just for you
From
to be able to
her,
receive
yeah.
messages. It says, normally I warn people of the purges so many of them can shift location, but this could leave you more exposed. Do I do this?
This just went to Morgan's.
Just Morgan.
heavy as the head.
Yeah.
You can turn this over to the group, but it just came through to you.
I know what the group is going to want. Half of the group wants to save people. Half of the group wants to save us. That's I think where the group's going to come down on.
Judge could surprise you.
I was going to say, I don't know if the judge is a consistent vote for let's save all people.
Well, we don't want to bother Solomon's moral compass with this. She's going to compete only to the judge.
Perfect. That's the deciding vote because she knows everybody else's opinion. That's
Yes.
pretty good.
Yeah. Judge Beatrice normally warns people in the boroughs of the upcoming purge. She could do that, she's asking me. If she allows the people to leave, we will be more out in the open. But if she tells the people to stay, more people could come to harm. What is your tactical thoughts on this?
Justice comes before the people.
And she's going to type back, don't warn them.
You get a message back that says, cold, but okay.
She writes back, thank you for your trust.
You get you got it, all as one word.
Perfect.
YOUGADDIT.
Forget about it.
Well, now we will try to make things stop, if possible, to save people, maybe.
And you continue advancing into a new area where you can hear the loud kind of whirring, burring sound of generators that we've all experienced during recent ice storms here at the time of recording. You hear that sound within this space, and power is back up in this area. It's clear that people have managed to solve their problems, to be able to keep living in this part of the burrows, not knowing that the purge is coming. Can you all roll me a perception?
Is it still dark? Like this is still night?
This is lit again.
This is lit again. Okay.
10.
12. Doesn't matter. It's 6.
Okay.
21.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
There we go. For the 10 and the 12, you're just seeing Imperial society. You're looking out there, Judge, you're seeing a lot of possible criminality. It's the Lex Imperialis is always running through your head, especially now that you've been put back in the armor, back in the field. Your augmetics have been updated. You're back into these old habits you had spent 30 years away from, which means you instinctively are cataloging and rating crimes in the way that Judge Dredd does in like the Dredd movie, being like, vagrancy, 180 days in an ISO cube, do not be here when I return. Like, you don't say it out loud, but you are still just calling out the crimes and punishments in your head as this happens. Damien, you are seeing a lot of possible heresy. They're not a part of society.
Close
they're
enough.
hiding. It's got a lot of things that just feel off to you. It's clear that there are loyal people here, but the possibilities of recidivism and heresy underground in dark tunnels hidden from the light of the Emperor just doesn't...
It's a petri dish down here. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Solomon, as you are traveling along, you spot signs of faith to the Emperor in these people. You see aquilas. You see small shrines built to saints, built to the Emperor, built to other things that maybe are too simple to really stand out to a Ministorum trained person who expects far more, where a bad shrine is almost worse than no shrine for someone of Damien's level of education. But for you, you see just a lot of signs of piety and determination and community. There's a shared thing here, whereas you've traveled through the Imperium, you've seen a lot of people are isolated or run down, and it's clear that in the burrows, with the ingenuity of rebuilding this, like, these are good people. These are people who pray. These are people who care. These are people who are kind.
He loves that. He feels great.
Yeah. Morgan, you see the potential of all of these people. That's the thing that stands out. You're realizing that the city above is a performance of a city. This is the actual beating heart of these mines, of this value. And the loss here is so devastating for this kind of community, for the morale of what is happening here, for all of the mining talent that is apparently down here and not mining currently.
Right.
Like, just shifting in and being like, oh no, everybody dies. And it's like, well, these are all of the off-duty miners you have in terms of the Imperium, where you're like, oh, fuck. And how awful and squalid it is here, knowing how brilliant it is above, where they have the money to fix this problem. No one on this planet needs to suffer. You've never been on a planet where you're like, well, it's always like sacrifices. Well, they don't. And this is like, you guys could just build a town down the street. Just take some of the fucking gold you're spending on these void shields and be like, well, that's an entire hab block, and that's a hab block, and that's a hab block. And you're like, they could build a functional, delightful ecosystem that would be better than any other Imperial world. And they just don't. And now they're killing them all.
Yeah. Yeah. For Morgan, that splits her mind into two pieces. That the inquisitorial half of her agrees with the judge of, we just have to do the mission. We have to figure out what's going on, and people will get sacrificed in the pursuit of that. But Morgan's personal beliefs is like, to her, these are the real Imperium people. Just the hardworking, normal people going about their jobs. She respects them so much more than the people above ground or the people making all those decisions. But at the same time, it's like they coalesce into one V, because the rich people murdering all of these workers is going against the Imperium. It's, in her opinion, evil, because it is hurting the Imperium, because it's hurting them being able to mine and export things that are actually helping Adeptus Astartes and the war at large. So it's like, in her opinion, now, even just being down here seeing it, she feels like the people up above are evil.
Yeah. So you're traveling through this space. There is a big question for you as a team as you see the time shifting closer and closer to 3 p.m. when you know that this purge is going to begin. Do you want to be in an isolated tunnel out of the way of things, or do you want to be in the middle of the throng? Like, do you want to be in a marketplace, or do you want to be in a position where you're out of the way, where you can try to figure out what's going on and figure out where to move, or do you want to be in the center of it amongst a crowd? What's your strategy for where you want to wait/exist?
Mm-hmm. I know that Morgan would want to review the notes and the maps and have a fallback of we fall back into a tunnel or we fall back into a place like that. But generally, her tack would be wherever we can be to see what's going on and potentially to stop it would be what Morgan would want. And she'd open that up to the group of, I have multiple locations that we can fall back into. If things go completely sideways, we can also attempt to work on some of those shields and fall back into areas that have already been purged. But I wish to know what is going on, and I do wish to protect as many people as possible. Of course, our mission and each other are what's most important, but these are good people.
Well, we could warn them. Tell them to evacuate.
We could, and that it is us against everything. Do you have any opinions on what we should do here?
To be clear on the geography of what you're looking at several city blocks that are arrayed into essentially a large rectangle. If you're looking at it, like the long side is north and south, the short ends are east and west. The north side and the east side
thank
are
you
walled
guys.
in
I
by void
didn't notice I got
Those are areas that have already been purged.
1300
But
followers.
the west side and the south go further into the tunnel. So that's
You
clearly
guys
where
have
military assets are going to be in place.
Anonymous
This is several
following
city
or
blocks.
something,
There's
so
also some
YouTube
verticality
doesn't
to it. So you're looking
announce
at about
anything.
3 stories of tunnels, not in the sense of you stand in a space. It's 3 stories. It's just you can weave up and down between these tunnels and the burrows. There are some dead ends. There are a lot of major thoroughfares that are wider. Those tend to be more of the kind of market spaces, the more generally populated existing spaces, because having space is valuable underground where things are cramped, whereas the side tunnels tend to be more where people have built shacks or shanties or their improvised homes. There are also a couple of tunnels that are just kind of damp. They always have some water in the bottom of them, so they're places that you could go where you're like, oh, we're close to the action, but no one's living here currently. That's the general spread if you're trying to figure out where you wanted to be looking at things.
Just to be clear, the idea behind these force fields basically is trap them in there and just like send in a death squad team to basically...
That seems to be it. It's like the void shields mean nobody can go into an area once it's purged. So they can just kill everything under here. And then they wall off an area, so they'll put military guys blocking off all the exit tunnels, and then they'll send teams in and kill everybody.
Great. So void shields up, have actual live crew in there to block any other exits.
As you had seen the void shields on the way in, they don't have live crew, but they are a void shield generator that's been placed, and it projects the shield blocking off the tunnel. So you're on the other side of the shield, so you don't have access to the generator if you're approaching it from this side. I will say, can I get an athletics from everybody? Because then I'll know. I want to figure out how much time you have when you arrive to try to get clever.
This fucking thing. All right, I get... Thank you.
No problem. I got a 10.
It did it again. Oh my god. Okay. It was on a high number and then it just rolled.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
That's
okay.
what dice do.
Dice. 14.
10. 14.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Can I have your dice?
I don't know
I
what's
need
happening.
these dice.
Insane.
I have a +0 to athletics, so that's what it is.
I will
rolling
say,
numbers.
you all make good time. It's not exceptional time because we're looking in that like 10 to 14 range, but solid time. You don't have any extra delays, which means you do have a little time to try to like fuck around or set something up when you're here. I'd say you kind of got that like 20-minute range where you can choose where you want to be and if you want to set something up. The other thing that stands out is Morgan. You have a lot more you can do with Romeo in this space than you had originally anticipated.
Great.
Because there are a lot of tunnels. and they have a lot of small spaces, so you have the ability to scout in a way that other teams would not if they were put in this circumstance, because you can send Romeo up to 100 feet in any direction and see what's going on. I will also say, with your nat 20, you find that there are some vents that you can travel through if you need to. Dell is celebrating more than anyone's ever celebrated. But you find that there is a ventilation system here in this section, which would allow you to go up and through the walls. You are the person who is able to do that. It would take you out of harm's way in one way, but it would also take you out of the ability to help with your traditional weaponry. The vents are not big enough for you to set up with a long lass and cover the group.
If I can access the vents, does that mean I would be able to access a vent and go past where they have void shields to get to the other side where the generators are of the void shields?
That is a great question. Roll me perception with advantage, because you can have Romeo fly through to scout things for you.
22.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay, then that's my backup plan if everything goes to shit. Goodbye. Hold down the fort.
Well, also, would Blood Ball be able to aid Dell? He's very versatile.
Climbing the vents is probably beyond his physical limits, but what I would say is, with the general discussion that you guys have had, and with you specifically scouting this route to determine that you can get through vents to the other side of a void shield generator, the question with your 20 minutes, because you can set up whatever you want, is, do you want to go over and try to deactivate the void shield generator to give you a surprise out? Just because that had been specifically mentioned by the crew.
I think that would be good, because it would not only have a way for us to get out, but it would be a way to get other people out. And we could be like, scramble, get everybody out, make panic while things are going on. So I think that would be perfect if we could somehow deactivate it or get it so it will go off at our want.
Fabulous. You are going over to this other side. This is going to be your big Hail Mary plan. It'll be this, and then choosing the exact kind of location you want to hide out in that'll be near this if this works.
Exactly.
You make your way through the vents. You land. You are looking at this void shield generator through the eyes of Romeo. Mm-hmm. Do you want to switch to Stab Light for fine motor work, or are you sticking with Servo Skull?
I would switch to the Stab Light so
Great.
I can actually see.
You're looking at this generator. It has a number of inputs. It's clearly got a power charger. There's an inbuilt generator within this. There's a wire running kind of deep off into the distance that has this plugged into whatever power source is there. And when I say a wire, I mean a cable that you could not close both hands around. This is a significant thing going into the distance where the power source is coming from. There is kind of the vid screen typeface on it that you can see that's displaying some general information. It's in binary. You're not sure what it says. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do to try to work with this machine?
Well, obviously, Closet is too far away to be in communication,
yes,
being in the asteroid field. Is there a way that I can plug in the data slate that I have from Beatrice into this machine?
You could easily wire it from port to port if you wanted to, yes.
Yeah, and I think sending her a message, I'm attempting to override one of the void shields, and then plugging it into the data slate and seeing what happens.
You plug it into the data slate. The data slate it immediately asks you for a password.
Yeah, Morgan's not a hacker. I think it's just like...
You do have the rest of your crew available on microbead who are looking, I imagine, from the other side of the void shield at this happening.
Well, yeah, she'll microbead back to them. It needs a password if I'm to access it by the data slate. Judge, any ideas?
Could I look through my data slate from what the judge would have had, the previous judge might have had? He would have had access, I would assume, to some security protocols to keep these monsters in check.
That's great. Okay, roll me a d8. You want a low number.
Remarkable.
Should I use that? That's an 8.
Okay. You find 8 possible passwords.
Oh, dear.
They are elaborate codes that are built in, but are easy to kind of shunt over to another data slate should you so need. So you can type them in very quickly for this day at this hour. This is the override that the Arbites have access to. It's not guaranteed that these will work, but these are high-level codes. So you have 8 options. I'm not going to read you out the codes themselves because they would be way too complicated in terms of binary for this to be interesting. But you have, your options are Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Domina, Quintus, Sextus, Imperator, and Crimson.
All right. I relay that to everybody, and this judge is by. What do we know about this judge? By the book, fair-minded, logical. If he programmed in these codes himself, or actually, this doesn't even say that
he died before the purge started.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe he also like made these codes too. No,
well, it could be. This is the thing. The entire system is built around assumptions of imperial authority, unless they recoded something entirely. And you haven't seen enough of a Mechanicus like presence to think that they're recoding things willy-nilly. Again, that's not a thing that would generally be done. These void shields, there's also just a lot of them, and when you have a lot of something, they tend not to be individually like the finely crafted perfect safes no one can get into. So there is a chance that these codes could work. There's also a question, if you start this, how many times do you get to try a code?
That's what I'm also, that was my follow-up question. I want to know.
The machine does not say, and says enter code.
Is it alphabet or numerical?
Very fast.
It's binary, numerical.
All right. There was a phrase used in the Heretic communique in our last mission that I omitted. I wasn't sure what kind of power it held, but if our missions are at all linked in purpose, then perhaps this phrase is being used here as well. Try entering Hydra Dominatus.
Let's give it a shot.
I'll enter it. Morgan will put that in there.
You have full access to the void shield controls. Deactivate, activate. You can hypercharge it if you need to, or you can choose the level of power that is being dedicated to it.
They mean you've solved it. It is worrying that these things are connected.
I'm beginning to think I understand Valentine a little more.
Yes. All right. We have full controls over it.
So you have the ability, if you wanted to, with what the controls will let you do.
Yeah.
You can keep the shield exactly as strong as it is now. You can hypercharge this so that if even more is being thrown at it, it's in place. It won't be able to do that forever, but you can draw more power. You could also deactivate it, so you could take it down to 0, or you have a percentage control. If you want to keep this at about 15%, because you'd be able to play around and you know a little bit about void shields because you have been trained previously. You were trained for a brief period of time by New Omicron 8008, a Mechanicus who was sent to your prison who taught you about void shields and some naval combat. You were able to run sims and learn how to shift shields around on void craft. To give you an idea of kind of if you were piloting anything between L1 and kind of the Lucky Strike, where you don't have full void shield powers, it's like, do you throw them forwards? Do you throw them backwards? How quickly can you do that? Those kinds of things. You know that if you were running a shield at 15 to 20% with this kind of void shield, it's almost impossible to visually determine between a low percentage and the shield at full strength. So if you were to run this at 10%, it takes work to move through it because it's designed to bounce off kinetic force. But if you move slowly, it feels like shit. It feels like you are slowly electrocuting yourself as you walk through it. It will do very minimal harm, but you would actually have a void shield that visually works, but you could travel through.
Perfect. I think that's exactly what Morgan wants, is like knowing the exact level at which you can turn it down.
Yeah.
That it still visually looks the same.
What that would mean is anyone passing through the field would risk 1d4 electrical damage, if we're talking mechanically about this. Some very mild damage, but it would mean anybody could get through this.
That's perfect, because then we have not tipped our hand. This isn't just a shield that's out that someone's going to investigate. I think that's the best course of action.
You have this in place. So the big question becomes yet again, the big decision. You have your hidden way out. You have your access to this void shield station. Where do you want to position yourselves? In one of the major thoroughfares where you're looking at the markets, more attention, in one of the side areas where there are homes and shanties that have been built, or in one of these kind of dead end spaces that's near everything but a trip away from it. How trapped do you want to be?
would we, just before, like time crunch wise, would we have time, now that you're on the other side of the void shield, would you have time to send Romeo down and see if he can see any remains of anything from a previous purge zone? And would that give us some like, oh, this is what's going to happen?
Like a path that they went through?
Yeah, or like if we see any evidence of like bodies or no bodies or...
Romeo wouldn't be able to do that much of a check, but I have an interesting devil's bargain for you. The whole team, if you deactivate this void shield, would have time to theoretically travel down the corridor, see if you can find bodies, check it out, and get back just as the purge starts. But you will be starting at this void shield away from, a range away from where everyone is. Or you can pick your placement within these tunnels to be ready for when the purge starts. Information or an ideal location. I'm interested to hear your characters discuss this. Morgan, you realize this timing. We'll say Solomon was the one who asked if it was possible to look at bodies. If you want to ask that question, actually, that's a beautiful way to start.
Yes. Morgan, do you think you have time to send Romeo down the tunnel? Or or maybe we could all go and investigate something? Do we think we have the time to make a little reconnaissance work? Or do you think it would be better to get us back and locked into location for when the purge starts?
I think that there's only just enough time to do one or the other. We can either set up an ideal location to see what is going on, or we can investigate the past remnants, but not be in position when things kick off. I think that we've done all we can here with the void shields. It's a matter of if we want to be in the middle of the fray, have a good vantage point, or try to get more information. Judge Damien, thoughts?
I think when it comes to the mission, our safety is paramount, not the safety of everyone else. So I would say we position ourselves that secures us.
The connection of Hydra Dominatus to these void shield generators implies a deep network of heretics and cult activity.
Yes.
This was a phrase used in a communication I found the flayed man relaying about our heretic being sent to a benefactor.
Yes, it seems that we may be encountering some cult or demonic activity down here very soon.
Aye, and cults and demons need imperial souls to feed on and corrupt for strength. If we leave these people now, fuel for the cause of the enemy.
Let us put ourselves in a position where we can do the most protection and damage once things happen.
Understood.
So I think we want to be near the middle of what's going on, but I guess if we can get some height on it, if we can get some overlook, but we do want to be able to see what happens right at the beginning.
All right, so you make your way to the central thoroughfare, kind of the biggest tunnel at the middle of this space that stretches the full length of this zone that is about to be purged. It's 2 stories tall, has a number of structures along the edges, some of them, selling skewers of, you don't want to know what the meat is, but like they're selling it. There are pubs, there are kind of small clothing shops, like tailors,
and it seems I need to
cobblers, all
make
these kind of
more.
businesses. A number of them have been built up in our 1-story tall. So if you're looking
Bake
at
some
positioning
more
yourself
stuff with
within
my
this,
Sardo, because
do you want
both
to
of them
be
are
on
active
top
at
of
the
a
moment.
business? Do you want to be in between 2 of these kind of stalls off to the side? Do you want to be right in the middle of the road? How do you want to position yourselves? Are you planning to kind of have a fluid reaction where you're just going to travel as a group and be in the middle? Or do you want to create kind of Overwatch positions and kind of be a little more locked in?
Speaking for myself, crowd control tactics are my specialty. I think we should do a formation a diamond formation. That way we all have each other's backs. That way we can press against the hordes that will come against. And we also have a relatively decent vantage point.
Perfect. Judge, take point and arrange us.
Damn right, yes.
If there's a moment while Morgan is running back, she wants to write a message to Beatrice and is just saying, the void shield that I pinged has been compromised. Are you still able to get messages out? once the purge starts.
They lock down the comms. It's now or never.
And then she'll just say, we'll see what happens.
There is no response.
We're going to have to herd these people ourselves if it comes down to that, which, thank you, Judge.
What does this diamond formation look like? You are standing at the center of the bottom of this rounded kind of tunnel is flat. It's the equivalent of like a lane and a half of traditional highway traffic, like lane and a half, two lanes for people to actually walk on before you have these kind of stalls that are anywhere from 6 to 10 feet deep on either side. They are, again, 1 story tall. There's nothing built any further than that. A lot of these structures, your guess would be, Judge, because you have the most experience with these kind of like shanty towns and things that have been built in the hives. They're self-enforcing. Somebody built a 2-story one, it collapsed, and everybody was like, we'll beat the shit out of you if you build a 2-story one. Don't get greedy. And they've just kind of functioned within that structure. So in between these buildings, there's about a 5 or 6 foot gap between each of them.
Have you been drinking a lot of water?
Like 1 foot or 2 feet, but generally there's space between these stalls, and you've got kind of 2 lanes worth of our traditional car traffic, plus maybe 3 to 6 feet, depending on the width of the stalls on either side.
So there's like 2 lanes?
I'm talking in terms of width. If you were thinking about like the width of the space, it's not like people are walking in 2 lanes. People are milling about.
I guess you can just move to the next scale.
It can get kind of abstract, whereas I'm like, if you imagine a 2-lane highway width of travel.
Oh, okay,
it's not actual lanes.
That's great. Yeah, no, go through the middle.
Since you haven't
and diamond formation, I'm taking
marriage,
at the front,
I guess.
in the fray, bulky.
You're
I can
still
push
free.
people aside, clear a better vantage point. We get any weirdos, we can trap them inside the diamond. We can push them out. They can be pushed to other people. Again, we don't have enough people where we can just do a big flank, a line. That's for a huge army of arbitrators.
So you're positioning yourself looking towards, kind of looking in the direction of non-void shielded areas. You're looking towards where the troopers are because I imagine that's where the assault's going to come from.
Yes.
You are at point. Who is the rear of the diamond? I get you are surrounded and in the middle of a tunnel, so it's not as clean a back as otherwise. It's not like you're backed against a wall.
Right.
What are they talking about in game?
Everybody has dark vision.
Everyone has the ability.
Hopefully he builds
So
a private WoW server
good.
on Mars and Blizzard can't reach it.
I'm going to place Damien at the back because he can see more, and he's also really tall.
Yes, they're talking about Elon.
Morgan and Brother Solomon are going to be at the sides.
Morgan, when you trained with the judge, did you find yourself on his right when you started doing room clearing training with shields, or on his left? Where would you go naturally?
Which arm do you have the shield in?
Oh, I'm playing it like myself, right-handed.
So shield on the left arm, shotgun on the
you're
right.
dealing with someone who has both
The
boyfriend
not
already.
shield side,
Well,
which to me would be
she
his more
still
open side.
says she
So
loves
you'd be
you.
on his right. Fabulous. So she's on your right.
Okay.
That's where Morgan normally is.
Great.
And we've got Solomon on your left. And then you are flanked by stalls and people who are milling about, but you are holding in position. Is there anything... I'd love to hear what you say to your troopers as you put them in position and prepare them for what is happening as the final minutes count down before the purge begins.
All right. I'm going to do this in my... I'm not going to do this in my natural voice. I'm going to use the mask voice.
Yeah.
Here goes. Because this is going to be as much about detail, making it intimidating for everybody within earshot as well.
Yeah, you are a weird group, even in the burrows.
Yep.
Okay, squad. You know the protocol, you know the routine. I'm going to take point at the front. I need the powers that be of unholiness behind me. Morgan to my side. And Crusader to my left. Be powerful. Be a spear. Cut through. Don't mind the mess that's left in the floor. And if you keep your breath, if you remember my meditation, keep that breath in regulation. All will be well.
And you all find yourselves in position around the judge. As judge, can you roll me an intimidation with advantage?
Thank you. I'm going to need that.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Elon Musk is boring and he went under 1 trillion.
The crowd rolls a 4. People recoil from around you as they hear this. Some of the stalls
But yeah,
lower shutters.
he has
They're not great.
managed
They're like
to
wooden
earn so
slats
much.
that like block off the space, but people are clearly freaked out by what you are saying.
Okay.
As you all instinctively take
But
position
the story that he has
around
been
the judge,
started from
facing
scratch,
towards
I
this
don't believe,
distance where
because
it's
his
going to
father
happen
had money
inside this
from
tunnel. Is
before,
there anything
so-
anyone else says in these last 60 seconds before the purge will begin?
Yeah, Damien has a quick question. Like, who are we supposed to be here? Under this ruse of yours, Judge?
It's the cannon.
Right. All right.
We're the people that are scaring these people into a direction where they're away from us, and as you wish to have them be out of harm's way.
Got it. Their Space Force that they have.
The Planetary Defense Force. It's the Hawkstar Fusiliers.
Fusiliers, thank you. Okay. We're casting a cantrip. We're casting Thin the Veil 3 times. Booming voice on Damien. And he's just saying, "Everybody out! Make way for the Hawkstar Fusiliers! Anyone caught will be executed. Flee your homes now!"
All right, roll me an intimidation with advantage. And
That's a natural 20.
Hey, yo.
Oh.
And I will roll 3 Perils of the Warp.
yes.
5 and 19. And an 18.
Jesus
No
Christ.
perils occur. The crowd parts like the sea, dashing towards their homes, dashing towards other directions, clearing this thoroughfare, even just running between the shacks to make room, to make way,
But yeah,
to get out of the way
love
of these
life,
terrifying
ladder.
Fusiliers.
Love can be
You all see
tricky.
this happen. You all form up. You are all ready to fight inside this tunnel, whatever will possibly be coming at you. And as it clicks over to 3, there's a massive booming wave that shudders down the tunnel towards you, just blasting your ears and shattering lights along the way. They're just sparking as every single light in this tunnel goes out. Darkness reigns, and you hear fear in the voices around you. And that's when you start to hear screaming in the distance. Not just one voice, not just 10 voices, but hundreds, if not thousands of screams echoing down the tunnel and growing in volume, louder and louder and louder in the dark.
This episode of Agents of the Inquisition features the voices of Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, Josh Halbert, and Tyler Hewitt, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Agents of the Inquisition's artwork was created by Del Borovic. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Cheaps by Jazzar, whose music was provided by freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. If you want to support the show or get an ad-free version, go to dumdumdice.com/join. That's DUMBDUMBDICE.com/JOIN. Again, that's dumdumdice.com/join. Though the team is working under special condition, this podcast isn't. So tell your friends about Agents of the Inquisition and join us next episode. Rabute Gilliman himself commands it.
Dum Dums and Dice
Wait, what?
has to
Which
give a
coast
special
of
thank you
Canada?
to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lale, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Alex LaFountain, Mickey Blake, Corpse Knight Silver, Adamir 101, The Dankler, Anti-Core 7, Lady Destiny Stormbringer, Randall Eberly, the yes butt of improvisational comedy, Lord Taser, Funky Stevie, J. Robert the Mad Fox, Derek Wintenberg, Optimus Omega, Laura, the Workaholic Mr. V, LMX, David Friend of New Haven, Emilio and Minions, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.
Yes, guy lives in almost at the Yukon in Canada. Bordering Yukon. Okay, let's find an episode, shall we?
Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I am Inquisitor Caveat Ventus, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is my report on the Valentine Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee, Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentine, Laura Elizabeth as Marnie Schwarzenberger, and Tyler Hewitt as Atticus Face. My report shows that the Inquisitorial Band have escaped the Orc lines and arrived at FOB Charlie. Marnie lived through the journey. Atticus proved that Orc guns are best when they're thrown, and Valentine drove them to their destination intact. Can they receive medical care without being killed? Find out in this episode of the Valentine Heresy.
Copy of an Imperial communication received by frontline Glorious Regals, First Lieutenant Tim Hagar.
Tim Hagar.
We're an Inquisitor. Don't shoot us. Look for the waving skull. Don't shoot. Note from Tim Hagar. Yeah, we kind of kept shooting. We weren't really sure if this was just a clever ploy or not. I mean, he kind of sounds like the orcs. Some of the orcs, like the fancy orcs. Anyway, we may have shot at an Inquisitor. Help? Marnie, you wake up in a strange smelling room. There is all manner of horrific human stank floating through the air, as well as the kind of rare smell of chemical and disinfectant that only seems to exist in hospitals. But you blink your eyes a couple of times and realize that you're not dead. So that's nice. That's nice for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Atticus.
It's nice for Laura.
Yeah. Based on the Twitter response to the episode where you took an axe to the chest, I think it's going to be good for the listeners too. Atticus, as the least injured person coming into this, I think you've kind of been standing nearby, kind of keeping an eye on Valentine and Marnie. Is Atticus a tea guy? Is he a coffee guy? What would his like downtime beverage of choice be?
I mean, if there's no beer, tea.
Tea? Okay, great. So you come over with a dented tin mug of tea, but like industrial grade. Like I always think of tea as a very comforting thing, but like it's 40K, damn it. So I'm imagining it's not like it's industrial grade, like military ration tea.
Just served in a skull.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's like a little like metal cage. Like it's not a nice thing where it's just like an envelope of paper that just kind of clings to the side. But you know, it's warm, so that's nice at least. It's been a few hours since you all arrived at Forward Operating Base Charlie. Both Valentine and Marnie have been in and out of consciousness as Dr. Eris patches them up, which has meant that Atticus, you've kind of been it's fallen to you to kind of keep an eye on things as well as get a lay of the land. Obviously, last time you were with an Imperial Guard regiment, they tried to kill you. So as Marnie blinks and you kind of see that she's coming to, you start making your way over to her. But I'm curious what you've been up to in the few hours that she's been under.
I would have received some medical treatment too, I would hope. But I would have basically stayed with the two of them. I would have seen to it that they were both kept in the same room, and I would stay in that room as well. And basically, I would be on guard duty, only admitting people to like administer
healing or the necessary surgery or anything like that on either one of them. All these like Imperium like looky-loos of being like, oh, it's an Inquisitor, so like those people are not allowed in. People that like want to like ingratiate themselves to an Inquisitor or to even like see if the rumors are true, I'm not letting them in or anything like that. People that have questions, like want to report from me on what happened and how we came to be in a boomdack of Snazwagon, they don't get a fucking word out of me. I'm sending them down the fucking hall.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So with that in mind, then 1 second, lost my character sheet here. 1 second. There we go.
Tom, you're a DM. Your cunning is 6. It's higher than legally allowed in the game, but you've established you have that ability.
I do. Great. I'll take it.
It's helping you rebuild your character sheet.
Oh, that's great. I see. Very good. Cool. So, Tyler, I think then what I would like from you is a discipline or a cool check, which is just for how successful you are at turning away all looky-loos.
I think it's going to be discipline because I think it is.
That makes more sense to me too.
I think there's a vigilance aspect to it where it's not like, oh, vigilance is a thing on this, but no, discipline. Because yeah, I think it's not about being cool or smoothly like I will be as abrasive as I need to be to make them leave. Like
Gotcha.
It's not about being cool or persuasive. It's about being a human wall.
Gotcha. So we're gonna go with difficulty of 3, just because you did make a rather dramatic entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Willpower. And do I have anything going on for will stuff? I don't think I do. Right. Okay.
All right. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Two failures, one threat.
Okay. So the you are able to successfully not answer questions because I don't think you need to roll to not talk. But you are the 3 of you are put under a guard. Like there are several sort of like almost like the equivalent of like military police who are specifically meant to kind of keep an eye on you guys. So I'll also say that has limited your ability to kind of move around the camp and get the lay of the land. But
I wasn't going anywhere.
Well, guys, I will stop the stream here, make some sourdough, and then
but they
maybe
are
play
highly
something
suspicious
else
of
later
the
in a
3 of
bit,
you.
so we'll take a
There's
break.
no reason that a Karasit soldier should be here. They're definitely suspicious of Valentine, and you kind of fit in a bit better, but also you showed up in a Snazwagon, so they're kind of confused. Cool. So Laura and actually all 3 of you, you can bring yourselves up to half of your threshold.